But my girls hold me down when them boys mess around. And my love life is a headache. We going out tonight, 'cause I'm loving.
True love doesn't hold on to things. True love gives it its freedom so it can be what it's supposed to be. Now, did you have true love? I mean, he was a married man, so did you really? And listen, you can't be afraid of losing what you never had. Now, can I get back to work?
What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sisters. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sistas. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sistas fans. Now, we're talking about I don't think it's wrong to say that Miss Irene is a bit of a fan favorite. I wouldn't say to the same level of Fatima, but she's definitely a character who you just want to hug. You know, like somebody after if you're going through something wrong, you want a Miss Irene to hear you out, but also give you what you need, which is a good dose of medicine that is the truth, some word, scripture, and experience, via wisdom. Or excuse me, wisdom via her own experiences. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a moment. If you can hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Also go ahead and hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Sorry for the pausing there, but it's cold in my room. I had to cut my heater off so I can record. That was a bit of a mistake. I'm not wearing layers like I should right now, but hey, for the good of the channel, right? So I just wanted to talk about it. I made a couple of posts, one on the community tab and one on Instagram, kind of like in a joking fashion, but also a bit of truth because I wouldn't mind it. It's not uncommon for me to make a couple of, comic book references in my videos, but this is more straightforward to the point. Look, it doesn't matter if you're a comic book fan or not. You should know who Stan Lee is. And the fact that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the MCU, even before the MCU, Stan Lee was making cameos in Marvel superhero movies over the years. And it's become, expected, unfortunately, until he passed, that Stan Lee would be in every single MCU film. So what I wanted to say here is the fact that Miss Irene, I would love if Tyler Perry would write her as somewhat of a Stan Lee cameo character where we would just see her in other Tyler Perry projects. And I'm not saying, there are a couple ways they can do it. Like the actress could portray Miss Irene in every single show, or she could just be a random character of the day, like, oh, she's going to the pharmacy, she's in a grocery store, she's working at a food truck, I don't know. Or they could just keep it simple. Miss Irene is just simply Miss Irene, the custodian. She could be just, doing her thing, working in this office or doing this or that, or just on a bus. I don't care. And the thing is, she'll pop in at just the right moment when a character let's keep it simple. Let's just say we're sticking with Tyler Perry's quote unquote Viacom universe. What I mean by that is, we know the Oval and Ruthless are connected. We know that Bruh and Sistas are connected. It is not established whether or not all 4 shows take place in the quote unquote same universe. As by that I mean, Sistas takes place in the same timeline as the Oval because Hunter Franklin is the president currently. I don't know. All I know is Ruthless and Oval are the same timeline, given that there's a difference in when the shows take place, not the timeline they take place in. And then, of course, Bruh and Sistas. But it has been established, if you watch Bruh season 1 obviously takes place before Sistas season 1. It's funny how I mentioned that, I'll just make a quick comic book reference, but here I am talking about timelines and continuity. And the MCU and all these other comic books, they're all about timelines. Like, if you watch WandaVision, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm sorry for the tangent there, but I just had to set the scene. So I could just imagine Miss Irene interacting with somebody like, maybe Nancy. She's crying because, obviously everything is going on with Richard, or, maybe she's talking with somebody on Ruthless, like maybe one of the Raku girl. I don't know. Maybe she'll help one of the Rakadushi women find the Lord, but then as a result, they'll get killed. Or maybe there'll be salvation. I don't know. I mean, I just like the character. She's the kind of no-nonsense character who will not, I don't want to say not pity you, but she won't beat around the bush. She's like, look, you effed up. Here's what you need to do. And whether or not you take what I say and utilize it is up to you, but I'm just telling you the truth. I just love the character. She's only been in like maybe 4 or 5 episodes, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like she's the no-nonsense, caring kind of character a lot of these shows need. It isn't always about the drama, who's going to get shot, who's going to get into a fight, who's going to have sex with who. Sometimes you just need that Miss Irene in your life. I know we all have them, but to quote Bernie Mac, ain't no more big mamas. Yeah, kings of comedy. And it's true, like with parents, quote unquote parents, they're just younger and younger. So our grandparents nowadays, you really don't have those old school women like we used to, or men for that, men for that matter, the ones who will really drop some wisdom on you, as opposed to like a trending meme or, a tweet or something like that. It's like, they speak from experience. And I know whether it be, an auntie, grandma, or even your mother, it's always good to have that person to bring you around to reality, because Andy's successful. Let's not mince words. She's technically rich because what was it? The settlement was like $1 million or something like that. Not to mention she has this new job that Bellamy had, and she was able to bring up Fatima with her. So it's like, it doesn't matter how wealthy you become, how successful. Sometimes you need that person who's going to keep it real with you. It's like, look, I don't care what you accomplish. Sure, it's very impressive as a young black woman in this field, but you're doing stupid shit by messing around with a married man and expecting true love out of that. Look at these Tyler Perry shows. Sure, you have successful people, but then you also have people who are just cleaning houses and whatnot. But to go back to the haves and the have-nots, I think in like one of the first interviews, John Snyder, he said something very wholesome. And if I can find the clip, I'm going to insert it into the video right now.
The really interesting thing about what Tyler has written here is that I'm not sure that the wealthy people are the haves. This is about what's in your soul. And I have a feeling that my family is coming out on the short end of that stick.
All right, for my future's sake, basically, future Jeremy who posted a video, I hope the clip went in there. But basically, John Snyder said it right. Those who have it all don't necessarily have it all. You can have all the money in the world, all the success, but if you don't have common sense or a heart that isn't fragile, you're gonna pay for it. So I would love to see Miss Irene in other Tyler Perry projects. Like I said, she doesn't have to be the same character, but just the actress. I like her demeanor, her delivery, the fact that she can be stern but fair. And well, yeah, that's really all I got to say. I love me some Miss Irene. So, I mean, it's kind of funny because just based off, like John 16, 32 or 22, she said some very solid bits of dialogue. It reminds me of like David from the Haves and the Have-Nots, before he just all of a sudden has feelings for Hannah. It's like there were so many times over the years, I would say, we need like a David Harrington book of quotes. Like he had, look, don't get me wrong, Veronica and Catherine were like the queens of the one-liners, but David had some zingers in there as well. So I definitely think that Miss Irene is a contender for joining that exclusive club of characters who come in and steal a scene and then walk out. So let me know your thoughts on Miss Irene. And keep in mind, this has nothing to do with the fact that she's Paris's mother, even though originally it said grandmother, or, that maybe she wants Paris to be with Andy. To be completely honest, I've already done a video about Paris staying away from Andy. And not to mention when Fatima mentioned that, do you think that she's trying to get you with her son? And Andy was like, nah, ain't never going to happen. I was like, well, up yours too, Andy. Sheesh. I don't think that Paris deserves Andy, or what I mean is that Andy deserves Paris because of how she's treated him. But like I said, she probably put it on him really good. And when she took off that dress, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I would have done anything different than Paris. My Eiffel Tower would have definitely been at full salute. But whatever. So let me know your thoughts on Miss Irene. Should she pop up in other Tyler Perry projects? If so, just, let's just have fun in the comments. Like, what other scenarios would you like to see her pop up in? Like, tell Veronica some stuff on the Haves and Have-Nots. Maybe tell Alex stop being a tramp and if loving you is wrong, or hopping over to the Oval to tell Victoria what's what, or maybe even Gail. I don't know. But thanks so much for tuning into this ridiculous video. It was fun. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month.